Greetings, I'm Andrea Aste, the author and creator of the Book of Shadows. Welcome back to my Renaissance Steampunk world. Today we will explore the structure of my deck, unveiling more of its mysteries. Nuggets, you know. Seeing that I presented my deck as the first tarot ever created, every element of every single card needed to be consistent with this idea. For this reason, I did research on the most ancient of tarot decks, concentrating my attention especially on the Marseille and the Visconti Sforza decks. The Marseille deck dates back to the 15th century and it is one of the most known. Primarily because over the centuries it became one of the standards for the design of tarot cards. The Visconti Sforza instead is a set of about 15 different decks. They were commissioned by Filippo Maria Visconti, Duke of Milan, during the 15th century. Up to now they are the oldest surviving tarot cards and date back to a period when tarot was still called trionfi or triumph cards. Let's look at the structure of my deck. Concerning the card order, I strictly follow the old tradition. Justice is the number 8, while Strength is the number 11. This is the normal order of the cards in the ancient decks. Only during the 1900s, the influential Rider-Waite-Smith deck switch the order of these two cards. Why? To make them fit better with the astrological correspondences worked out by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Thus, today many decks use this numbering, especially in the English-speaking world. In the Alchemist Tarot, following the Marseille Tarot tradition, the Fool has no number, while Death, the 13th card, has no name. Let's take a closer look at the minor arcana. They comprise 4 suits with 14 cards each. Every card is numbered 1 to 10, except for the court cards, Page, Knight, Queen and King. The numerical cards are visual representation of their numbers. The 6 of Cups shows 6 cups, the 7 of Wands 7 wands, and so on. This is because originally tarot was used to play card games. Nevertheless, every card is drawn by hand in the same technique and style of the major arcana. The 4 suits of the Alchemist deck are Wands, Swords, Cups, and instead of the coins we have the Ouroboros. This word derives from ancient Greek Ouroboros office, and it means the snake who devours his tail. In the Middle Ages and Renaissance, it became an alchemical symbol. I decided to use it because its circular shape reminded me of a coin, and above all, for its meaning. The Ouroboros symbolizes the never-ending cyclicality, something constantly recreating itself, the eternal return. And for the ancient Greeks, it represented the perfect form of the infinite. Now it's time to have a look at the major arcana. Because the Alchemist deck is presented as the original tarot deck, I incorporated images, symbols and elements of the oldest decks in order to make it appear as if it were the original source from which all tarot derived. Therefore, my major arcana are easily recognizable. They have a traditional look, but reinvented in the Renaissance steampunk world I created. However, some of the cards are special and deserve more attention, above all those that were inspired by older decks, whose images and patterns are no longer in use. Let's have a look at them. In Italian, when we say I love you, the object of desire is placed first. Ti amo. Literally, you I love. However, in English you say I love you, expressing your feelings starting with I. I prefer this. It's quite revealing, because in order to love, you must put yourself first, meaning there cannot be love without a deep understanding of yourself. When we are able to say yes to life and accept ourselves for what we are, then we can open ourselves to love. When I started to design the sixth tarot, I decided to convey these thoughts in my design. The lovers share one arm, which signifies their mutual bond of love. A great canopy offers protection and a sense of security. Love can wound and inflame the heart, and shown by Cupid's piercing arrow. I depicted the female figure pregnant, to symbolize the expressive fertility of love, giving birth to new ideas, creativity, and life force. 10. The Wheel of Fortune. This arcane represents the allegory of fortune, a typical concept of the medieval and ancient philosophy, referring to the capricious nature of fate. The wheel belongs to the goddess Fortuna, who spins it randomly, thus changing the positions of those on the wheel. Some suffer great misfortune, others gain windfalls. Fortunae imperatrix mundi, that translated from all Latin means Fortune, Empress of the world. The wheel reminded people, particularly nobles who were seen as being the most open to the scene of ambition and the wiles of fortune, of the temporality of earthly things. Taking inspiration from the bestiaries of the Middle Ages, I depicted the Wheel of Fortune as a parody of power. Kings and emperors are portrayed as strange animals and beasts. 13. Death. The images of this card were inspired by the popular theme of the medieval folklore, the triumph of death. It is a macabre representation of death riding a gaunt skeletal horse, wreaking havoc on humanity. It is a gloomy memento mori, a non-Latin sentence meaning remember that you have to die. The triumph of death is a theme rooted in the darkest period of the Middle Ages, when the Black Death, famine and war ravaged Europe. Kings and peasants alike were affected, hopeless prey and victims of the Grim Reaper. 21. The World. This arcane was inspired by a cosmological model developed by Plato and Aristotle that was still in use during the Middle Ages and Renaissance. In this celestial model, the Earth is represented as a fixed flat land enclosed in concentric rotating spheres made of an ethereal transparent fifth element, the quintessence. Like jewels set in orbs, planets are embedded on the surfaces of these spheres, orbitating. In this arcane, the world is carried by a creature with wings dotted with galaxies, stars, and distant planets, a representation of the cosmos and its mysteries. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. We will unveil some more mysteries the next episode, so be sure to come back, and till then, bye bye from me and Eric. Ciao!